All right, so for this video, we're going to talk about the polynomials from the Unit 1 test, and I'm going to walk you through how to complete each of the questions similar to numbers 1 through 4 on the unit test. So first we have here, find the difference of the polynomials and write your answer in standard form. Now keep in mind, I don't have my pen here. Keep in mind that we're finding the difference of the polynomials, which means we're subtracting. And the most important thing for this one here is to make sure that we distribute that negative into the parentheses. So I'm going to take this first polynomial and make sure that it's in standard form. Remember, standard form is where you list your terms in order from the highest degree to the lowest degree. And the lowest degree term here is the constant because it does not have a variable. So we have 4x cubed minus 8x squared plus 10x minus 9. And if I distribute this negative, this becomes a negative 5x squared. Well, that needs to be stacked with the other x squared term. And this becomes a positive 12. So from there, I can go through and combine my like terms. Now, something I noticed on the test is that I had some students that were combining these two terms because I think they misread the exponents. So be really careful with that. We can't combine those two. So we have here 4x cubed minus 13x squared plus 10x plus 3. And that is the difference in standard form. For this next question, we're looking for the product. The product means we multiply. So if you take a look at the two binomials, you'll see that they're not separated with any symbol. And anytime you have two things written directly next to each other, that indicates multiplication. So here we need to double distribute to multiply. So we have to break apart this first binomial and distribute each of the parts into the second binomial. So we rewrite it as 8x times 3x minus 2 plus 5 times 3x minus 2. So this is what I refer to as double distribute. We break apart the first binomial and we double distribute to the second binomial. So we have to distribute this 8x, and that's going to give us 24x squared. Remember, x times x gives us x squared. 8x times negative 2 is negative 16x. And then we also have to distribute this 5. That's going to give us a positive 15x and a negative 10. So here I go through and combine my like terms. So we have 24x squared. Negative 16 plus 15 gives us a negative 1, or just negative x, minus 10. Here we're looking for the perimeter of the rectangle. To find the perimeter of a rectangle, you must add up all of the sides. So here, this side is m minus 2, and here this side is m plus 2. But this is a rectangle, so it has 4 sides, which means we have to add up 4 different dimensions. So given the fact that this side is m plus 2, the side opposite, by definition of a rectangle, is also m plus 2. This side here is m minus 2, so the side opposite is also m minus 2. So to find the perimeter, again, we add up all the sides. So that's m plus 2 plus m minus 2 plus m plus 2 plus m minus 2. So when we add up all of these numbers, and again, we're adding, remember, we're just combining like terms. So how many m's do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 m's. This is not m to the fourth. Remember, we don't change the exponent when we're adding. Now 2 minus 2 is 0, plus 2 is 2, minus 2 is 0. So our answer here is simply 4m. And this would be units. 4m units. This time we're looking for the area of the rectangle. The formula for area of a rectangle is the length times the width. So we have our length and our width here and here, and it doesn't matter which one's which. You can call this one the length and this one the width, or vice versa, because we're multiplying. The order is not important. So to find the area of the rectangle, we're going to multiply m plus 2 times m minus 2. Now this is one of our special patterns, so if you're familiar and comfortable with using the special pattern, then you can go about multiplying that way. Otherwise, we're going to double distribute. We're going to break apart the first binomial and distribute each piece to the second. So that would be m times m minus 2 plus 2 times m minus 2. Now you just have to be really careful with your signs here. Make sure that you have them where they're supposed to be. So we double distribute. First the m. M times m is m squared. M times negative 2 is negative 2m. Positive 2 times m is a positive 2m. And positive 2 times negative 2 is a negative 4. So we go through and combine our like terms. We have m squared. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. So we have 0 m's, which means we don't write any m's as our middle term. So we have m squared minus 4. And this is area, so we will say units squared. The last question we have for polynomials is this binomial squared. Now, the biggest mistake that I saw made on the test, the thing that occurred the most, was that people were trying to distribute the exponent. And I know I talked about this in the warm-up yesterday. We cannot distribute exponents that way, so please make sure that you do not do that. So there are two things here. Again, if you know the special pattern and you're comfortable with the special pattern, by all means use the special pattern. Otherwise, when you say 4x minus 3 squared, that means we're multiplying 4x minus 3 2 times. So 4x minus 3 times 4x minus 3. Again, now we're multiplying two binomials, so we need to break apart the first binomial and double distribute. So that's 4x times 4x minus 3 minus 3 times 4x minus 3. Double distribute. First the 4x, so that's 16x squared. 4x times negative 3 is negative 12x. Negative 3 times 4x is negative 12x again. And negative 3 times negative 3 is a positive 9. Combine your like terms. We have 16x squared. Negative 12 minus 12 is negative 24x plus 9. And that is our polynomials video.